on here?
Well, Charles, look where we are here. We are here in the middle of sunny little London here. Next to us you have the Houses of Parliament. And that is Westminster Clock Tower.
That's Big Ben?
No, Big Ben is the bell inside the clock tower, but that's Westminster Clock Tower. Everybody thinks that's called Big Ben, but it's not.
It's not.
No, the bell inside it that's chiming now, that's called Big Ben.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
so it must be a big bell then.
It's a huge, great big bell, mate. Like you wouldn't believe.
Excellent. All right.
Should we walk around? We'll show you Westminster Abbey.
Yes.
Front to the house.
All right.
Should we just pop and go and see the Queen for tea?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, she's a really good mate of mine. Yeah, right.
Yeah, with the Queen on Channel 9.
Yeah, that could be funny.
We got Bill on Channel 9, we'll get the Queen.
Well, you know what? The
You're
beef
trying to
eaters, the
say
beef
that there's
eaters.
something similar between Bill and the Queen. You're trying to tell us something there, Chuck.
I think Bill has more money than the Queen.
I think he probably does. Yeah.
Oh, but does Bill own half of Canada?
The question is, would he like to own?
Yeah.
So what is this?
This is Westminster Abbey.
This is Westminster Abbey.
What's...
Where all the coronations
Wow.
happened, where Charles and Diana got married.
No, St Paul's.
What was it? No, they got married here.
No, they got married in St Paul's. This is where our coronations happen.
It's a nice structure. Okay, now...
But inside Westminster Abbey is really, really nice.
So what, can we get in there or is it closed?
No, it's
today?
one of
Have a look. I think it may well be shut though, so...
Yeah, I don't see anyone going in.
No. I'd imagine the doors would be open.
Very nice.
And this is a proper Norman church as well, so I think that the abbey itself, the original abbey, is something like 600, 700 years old.
Wow.
So I think the Victorians did a lot of restoration work, but basically it's just a Norman abbey,
Yeah.
and it's just pretty mental.
So are you just a random tour guide? Who are you? What's going on here?
My name is Dave Oliver. I am Sabot from Channel 9.
Ah, I thought you sounded familiar. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not usually whinging at the moment anyway, so that's usually something.
All right.
So just showing you guys around Channel 9 around London.
Excellent. It's beautiful here.
It's amazing it's not raining. And Channel 9, can I introduce you to my lovely wife, Louise?
Hello,
Channel
Louise.
9.
How's
It's
it
shut
going?
on a Sunday, I'm afraid.
I know.
Yeah.
Would you rather be doing something else?
Would I rather be doing something else? There's
Sunday.
nothing I would rather be doing than being filmed for Channel 9, I have to say. It's the culmination of the week for me.
Well, we could always be in a pub. This is always a kind of a national obsession of ours.
Hey, I'm ready
Rather
for a
English
Guinness.
thing to do, you know.
Guinness.
What?
we,
Guinness not good?
Guinness is very kind of, yeah, all alcohol's good. Yeah, I haven't got a problem with alcohol, but Guinness, not my favourite, I have to say. No,
Stick with the London Prize.
Yeah.
Stick with the
London
London Prize. Bit of British.
You know where you are with bitter.
You know where you are with bitter. Cool. So I'm taking it, Julie, that we couldn't get in there?
No, it's not open at all on a Sunday.
Well, that is quite a sight.
It's here all week, and so are
Good
you.
point.
So.
Yes.
Now, Charles, what I think we'll do, though, is if you really want to see London, and I mean you really want to see London, you need to see it from the London Eye. And I think that's where we'll take you to next.
The London Eye.
The London Eye. It's basically this dirty great big ferry Ferris wheel.
That thing. Yes. The London Eye.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
The world's largest, slowest Ferris wheel.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9  10 11  12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157
picture of you, mate.
Huh?
In front of the wheel.
Sure.
So if I take the camera, 100 years old is really no big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you went to the Tower of London this morning,
Yeah.
and that's 900 years old, most of it, some parts of it.
Amazing.
And yet we'll have horrible brand new buildings right next door. Don't really mind, you know, that's London really. It's all a bit eclectic.
Yeah.
And as you can probably see,
Very.
there's people from all over the world.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Here come the raindrops.
I'm actually cursed.
The trip to London would be complete without some rain.
Yeah. Hey, it's great.
Being from
I'm from Seattle. Rain is good. That's quite a Ferris wheel.
It's only the biggest one in Europe. I don't know about the world. I think there is a bigger one now, built
Really?
somewhere in Asia somewhere.
Ah.
You can have parties in the pods as well. You can hire out pods.
Awesome.
Have your, you know, your little champagne cocktails.
We should have done that. We should have done that for the 9 meetup. Okay, I gotta plan better next year. I'm gonna turn this off to keep it
See,
alive.
now you're closer to it. You can see how much faster it's moving.
It is actually moving. It is. It's pretty cool. That is a rain cloud.
Hopefully there won't be too much.
Well, that's assuming you want to go up there.
Of course. The question is, do you guys want to go up there?
Yeah, too right. Too right. It's been a while, so
Cool.
I've done it about 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I still love it.
I always remember. Really enough rain to have
Kind of like a bicycle wheel.
You've seen the brake? The big red thing is the brake for the wheel. You'll find out in this car, would you?
Oh, very
Well,
nice.
I'll just go in and get some tickets.
Hey, let me get the tickets.
No, that's okay, mate.
Wow, it's a madhouse. So we're in a pod, huh?
Yeah. 3 days worth of food underfoot, so don't panic.
Excellent. You know that for a fact?
For a fact, well, hopefully, unless someone's been at it already. I don't think it's broken down before, so.
I don't think it's ever broken down yet.
No. It's only about 2 years old.
Yeah, it's not that well.
If at any point during the flight you require assistance,
During the flight.
please press the
I know, they call it a flight. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Kind of wacky.
Because British Airways on this?
Yeah, this, they pay for this. This is theirs, yeah. So this is kind of... Anyway, look around you. This is London.
Wow.
And you probably get to see it when we get higher up. You'll see a bit of a better view. And we can start pointing some of the stuff out to you.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
can be found
I broke my thing.
We hope you enjoy the amazing panoramic view.
Thank you. Yeah, where's the narrator?
It's brilliant.
What's that? What's that right there? White government building?
Actually, if I can see more of it, I don't think it is actually. I think that's not quite sure, but I think that's Admiralty House. The next door to it is the building next door to it is the Thistledean Hotel. And next door to that is the Cannon Street railway station.
You're meant to stand next to it, aren't you? You've got a match.
That's a hotel?
That's the Thistledean Hotel. It's kind of like, Four Seasons Hotel.
Really?
Yeah, so there we go. Just down here, this bridge in front of you, that's the Hungerford Bridge. And that leads into Cannon Street. And they've just put these walkways either side of the bridge, and beforehand it was just a rail bridge. And while they were putting it up, they had to stop work because they found this dirty, very big World War II bomb underneath it. So everyone was going, oh my god, there's a bomb in the river. It's kind of fun. Over there you can see that's St Paul's. St Paul's Cathedral. Well, Charles and Di got married. It's made by Sir Christopher Wren. Sir Christopher Wren, believe it or not, his first job wasn't being an architect. That's what he did for fun.
Nice.
So, and his whole idea was he was going to make the whole of that centre of London look like St Paul's. But he ran out of money. That's a station.
So this does in fact move.
Yeah,
It does in fact move.
yeah, it moves pretty slowly, so like 3 or 4
When you're
miles
on it, it's it's faster than when.
Yeah,
looking
so you
at it.
can't film it because I broke my glasses. So wonky. Sellotape to stick them back together.
You're the eye candy.
This is definitely something I'd like to do at night because they like, especially the halls is all lit up blue, and obviously a lot of London's lit up.
I guess that every time I come on this thing, I always spot something that I haven't seen before, which is really kind of weird. It's really exciting as well because there's all these new buildings going up. You can see how far they've got.
And the gherkins over there, what's that?
The Gherking is the Swiss Reassurance Building. The whole big deal about the Gherking is that it's kind of environmentally friendly building. It doesn't have any air conditioning in it. How it works is it just filters air around the building naturally using convection. They generate electricity and all that kind of stuff just by rainwater. They don't have any way of cleaning it. It's made of all this glass that sort of cleans itself.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a real big
Now
deal.
that's the thing over there that looks kind of like.
Yeah, look, it's called the Gherkin.
That's why it's called the Gherkin.
Yeah.
It's very
To see a
interesting.
bit more of it when we get higher up. It's made by an architect who's a bit of a big deal in the UK. This guy's called Norman Foster. And I think Norman Foster this is one of his creations as well.
This one, what we're on right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if anything is sort of like glass and metal, always seems to have something there attributed to him. He's a bit of a big deal.
Okay.
Right over there you can see that's a very big tower. That's the BT tower. That's where British Telecom, probably our biggest comms group, that's their headquarters. Right, it's a really cool restaurant. It revolves.
Nice. We have one of those in Seattle too.
That one's really nice.
Yeah, the Space Needle.
Yes, that's it. Space Needle.
There's a restaurant on top of that. It revolves. Similar to that.
Now, cool. They always do flights into Heathrow. They always go in the city, so you can actually, if the wind's in the right direction.
British Air.
In fact, when you land, you can often see Buckingham Palace when you fly into Heathrow. It's quite cool.
Excellent. It's a nice sky.
It's probably Gavin. London's a pretty green city.
Huh? It is.
There's lots and lots of parks and open spaces in the centre of London. And the other thing you probably notice about London is where's the smog?
Yes. Where is the smog?
There isn't a lot of it. There isn't a lot of cars. Well, we have this thing called congestion charging now, which has reduced the traffic in London by about 27%.
What does it mean?
Well, basically, it's a system put together by Microsoft and Capita, which is indeed, where people pay a fee, £8 a day, I think it is now. Soon to go up to 10, no doubt. Where literally you pay a fee and you just drive into the city, and there's these video cameras that take note of your number plate automatically. There's no toll booths or anything like that. It's all automatic, and will basically find out who you are by your plate. And if you haven't got the right, if you haven't paid your toll, you'll instantly get fined.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
So that's in the centre of London. That's been going for a couple of years now. It has been problematic. There's been some controversy about it, but in essence, it works.
Well, it seems like it.
And it's really reduced the traffic. I was going to point out to you there's lots and lots of cool stuff.
So this is the Thames.
Yeah, snaking its way through London. Do you know there's actually salmon in the Thames? It's that clean now.
Wow, excellent.
No, I wouldn't drink from it.
No. It is fresh water though.
Yeah.
So you can get water.
You can.
You have to process it heavily, obviously.
Can you see Buckingham Palace now?
Where is that?
Can you see right over there in the trees there? So that white thing right there? Yeah, straight on. That's Buckingham Palace. I think you just about see the change in the guard going on now.
Great. Somewhere around there. And that's where the Queen lives, huh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Flag's up. She's
When
there.
the flag's up, she's
Flag's
there.
up at the moment. I told you about the glasses. We'll do that.
It's just over there. You can see this like semicircle just over there on the horizon. That's our brand new national stadium that's being built called Wembley.
Okay.
And it's a bit controversial because they're not there.
Where's Wembley, David?
Right over Wembley.
I see it. With that sort of
that arch is a great big hinge. It brings the roof over the top.
I see. Yeah, it's definitely coming down.
Actually, see, there's a phenomenon. There's some rain. We're just there's lots of North Korea. Can you see just down there as well Nelson's Column? Straight down here. Nelson's Column. See the Thistledean Hotel and just carry on going straight line and you'll see Nelson's Column just there. Nelson's Column, they just finished cleaning him and they measured how tall he was recently and he's actually 20 foot shorter, something like that, than they actually reckon.
Really?
So they've been saying that, oh yeah, he's 158 feet tall, and he's not.
Nice. I see the column.
Yeah, so that's Trafalgar Square, and just in front of that is the National Portrait Gallery. Well, I do like that. Hi, mate. Did Ian call you? Did Ian call you? Oh, right. Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool.
So this is Waterloo Station.
Yes.
Very nice. Is it?
Where did you say?
Under the clock.
The guy's out. Oh, look at it! Waterloo Station! Yay!
It's just kind of funny. You always think the Channel 9 guy's going to have this little squeaky voice, but he might have a real deep, gruff voice.
That's what I was saying. I didn't like the way that they did the voices that I've heard.
What voice would you give it?
I'd give it more of a kind of a pilot-like voice.
A captain.
Yes.
Serious.
Yeah, someone that
Serious guy here.
yeah, serious but nice.
He's got spiky.
Someone you can trust. You know, when you hear a pilot with a southern accent, not that it means anything, but anyway.
So it's going to be. Well, actually, the
Yeah, whatever you say.
is going to be really quite tamed.
Yeah, it's a Tipperary Irish accent. How would that go down?
To be sure, to be sure. To be sure.
Walking.
Actually, when you meet up with Barry's Irish.
This is where we first met.
Really?
Our first date, yeah, 6
Alright.
years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a date in Waterloo Station?
Well, not in the station, no. We met in Germany when I was living out there, but we hadn't dated per se. We just talked on the phone.
I see.
So we met here under the clock.
Yeah. This
And we
is
had our first kiss. And we were harassed by 2 drunks.
Oh man.
It was such a disappointment. Not the kiss, the harassing part.
Oh, should we reenact it, baby?
Excellent. That's the best thing about being human.
Absolutely. I'll give him a buzz.
What does my voice sound like? It can't sound like my voice.
There you go.
Maybe that's how we do. That's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea because that's how we do the 9 girl. We give the 9 guy a woman's voice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm the Channel 9 guy. It's lovely to meet you all.
Excellent.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I think that's going to work out well.
Techie.
Yeah.
What should I say?
Good question.
I don't know anything. Whisper something techie in my ear. Oi, my lord! What a big Secret Server you've got! that's the new Channel 9 guy's voice.
Excellent. Actually, the 9 guy's voice can change. Excellent.
Very nice.
Yeah, so you've got the typical English accent. Hello, my name's Channel 9 Guy. What
I'm schizophrenic.
I like that too. Well, look at his hair. I mean, what's going on there? He's got things popping out of his head. He's a lunatoid.
He's quite manic, actually, I have to say. He looks a bit of a space cadet.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm rather attracted to him, I'm sorry to say, baby.
Are you?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh no.
If I'm going to be passed over by anyone, the Channel 9 guy is
It's worth it, huh?
Yeah, it's okay with me.
He's such a stud
Could have been
muffin.
worse. This is silly.
He's just such a stud.
So we're waiting for Irascian.
Yeah, Ian, he's at the catch point. And he'll be with it. That's what I thought.
There he is.
Oh, Ian. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Nice
to meet you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Excellent.
I've got my money.
Hey. Right.
Barry rang.
Yeah. Okay.
He's changing I suggested we'll go to this pub and just get a drink in, and then decide what we're going to do. He did mention somewhere to tequila that he thought would be
Excellent.
Tell you what, the guy can come and damn well find us and take us to wherever little tequila waterhole he wants to go to. So that's cool.
right.
So like the stars.
Oh, I had it for a long time. I think last time I saw you was around a birthday. Every birthday I shave it off because it makes me look younger for about five weeks, and then I think, oh, forget it. Very odd listening to Mary J. Fowley on .NET Rocks ranting, and the phone keeps going, and you've got her in one ear and you or Barry in the other.
Nice.
Mary J. Fowley venting.
Sure.
Oh dear, like that doesn't happen every day.
No,
So we have two Niners
podcast,
here.
actually. It's
Sabot
her and some guy who
Irascian.
totally disagrees with her.
What does that say?
Looks like a nice.
This is Jamie's t-shirt.
Spot. Spot the Mooney. Right on, Jamie.
It's a really interesting podcast, actually, discussing where Microsoft's at and where they're going, and
I must admit,
why real networks hate them. And interesting rant, basically.
I must admit that when it comes to Mary, I just don't listen to anything she says, because when I just sit there and think this is how she makes her cash, but having a good moan on her website, and I just bored with her. So there we go.
That's on film.
That's fine, that's on film. This is all on
Mary,
film. you know.
I'm your audience. Please say something positive. Yeah, I'm the guy that kind of reads your blog. No more. It just needs to be more positive.
Who are we talking about?
Mary
J.
Jo.
Foley.
Oh, she's the Microsoft expert. Microsoft
She's the
watcher.
watcher.
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I don't read her blog, and I went in thinking she'd be really antsy, and I think she comes across really well. She comes across really
but,
rational.
you know, when you look at companies like Microsoft, you know, they're really working hard at getting things together. Yeah, it's not perfect. But when you look at other companies in IT, like HP,
I'm just looking for the assimilation chip.
when you look at other companies like,
So when do you start work at Microsoft, Dave?
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there thinking, no. When you look at companies like IBM and you know, and things like that, where's their Channel 9? Where's their Mary Jo?
Her argument would be that Channel 9 is a thin veneer, I think, and that when you look at what they've been doing to competitors and what they're still doing to competitors, they come on in, we're friendly, we're the new friendly Microsoft, shows your business plans, and then doing what they've always been doing. That seems to be the gist of the complaint.
So is it just more of a case of right arm, left arm? So you've got left arm doing what it always, forever wanted to do, and then you've got right arm that's sort of like, hello, I've got a thing sticking out my head now.
I don't know. I think it's artificial to talk about Microsoft or Apple or whatever. At the end of the day, it's people, and we're all people, and there are good guys.
You know what
and
these
there are bad
guys? You know what the Channel 9 guys are, right? You've seen Star Trek 3, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Yes, I have.
Remember the
A long time ago,
insects
if I
they put in the
remember it
ears?
Oh yeah,
Little wiggly
Yeah.
one.
Remember what Khan did?
yeah.
This is what we're going to do with the 9 guy. They're going to actually, when you're sleeping,
Crawl into your ear and
This
gonna
is what's
crawl
been
into your ear.
assimilated in me,
And
because
here's
I've
an
actually got
example,
3 of
see?
them. And that's why my hair's sticking up like that.
excellent. Let's go drink beer.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
In my bag.
Oh, that would help.
Well,
Thank you
nice
very
for you,
much.
of you to show up, Irascian, Ian.
Ian, Irascian.
Irascible Ian. In the flesh.
Good to be here. Good to see you here.
Yeah, it's fun.
Coming
man.
from the jet lag, yeah?
Not really, but nothing that pints can help.
You're sort of like you're on drugs and everything's in.
Everything's great.
Should we just do
I've
the
been
reef
sleeping
as
a
we're
lot.
Here?
Sorry?
Should we just do the reef as we're here?
The reef.
Yeah, so...
It's quite a nice bar for the station.
Yeah.
You like that shot?
Okay.
I mean, you know, and then Barry can just get his class here.
So what have you done today apart from London Eye, which I would imagine with the rain is probably not.
Westminster.
Bad considering.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, yeah. Cloud had lifted.
I haven't really done that much. I mean, we only met up with Charles III, so you know, there wasn't all that much.
So why were you in town anyway?
Oh, a friend's lunch, our best friends.
You know, some central thing with inside Microsoft. You know, just a page to say, this is all the new stuff we've got today. And I think that that's the kind of thing that we always look towards Scooble's blog to actually do.
Scooble.
I'm thinking the Koosbanians.
Scooble's a good name.
Koosbanian Scooble, you know, the Muppets, whatever it was. Yeah, Robert Scoble's blog is because, you know, he used to say, this is what we've done, this is cool, this released. And I think that's one of the reasons why we used to go to his blog. I must admit, sorry Robert, I'm not subscribed to his blog anymore because that's what I used his blog for.
I never really used it for that. I tend to use the MSDN blogs. The problem I have with that is checking it every hour because there are so many postings on it. But that's my main source of stuff. And then when you see, you know, there's certain individuals you see are always posting solid information, you subscribe to those blogs. But I get home in an evening, I've got 200 feeds each day I'm checking. It's 2 hours of the evening just checking on, and those are the guys after I've weeded everyone else out. On top of that you've got, you know, Connect, which is you know, that's where most of us go, but it's a very poorly maintained site and there's never enough information given out. You have to find the individual people within those groups within Microsoft that are actually taking the trouble to talk about what they're doing. Because what seems to happen is Microsoft set up a product group or whatever, they launch the website, and it's as if it's a bit like a small company. The money ran out day 2. The website's launched with a load of brouhaha and it's current and it looks good for day 1. 3 weeks later it hasn't changed and they've moved on to the next trendy website. And when you're trying to follow these things through, where do you go for information? Last week it was this site, the week before it was that site.
What I'd like to see is something like a Microsoft version of the Larkenware. You know, where they have the daily grind kind of stuff where it says, hey, this is the new software that's out today, this is the new stuff that's come out in the information, and this is the new stuff that's come out in the community. And yeah, okay, so he's got a little bit of advertising on the site, okay, so he's got to pay for it. But it's just that kind of bang, 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 thank you very much, ooh, that's really interesting, off, just follow the link to that. And if there was some other way where you could marry that with the tag system, so if you've been off on holiday for 2 weeks, you can just go click architecture or click SQL Server. All this is all the information or the categories or stuff like that that's happened while I've been away. Job done. And that make your life a whole lot easier, because if you're like me, my RSS bandit has got like 200, 300 feeds going on, and it's tiresome and laborious going and sifting through all the information, trying to get at what you want to know.
Or worse. A week later, you remember this brilliant blog entry that pinpointed, and Google hasn't found it.
Yeah.
And you can't remember which one of the 3,000 entries you've read over the last 4 days is the one you want.
And yeah,
you're going through your history, checking all these websites. Yeah. It's really hard to get the information.
And especially when you're talking to your boss, and you go, oh yeah, there's this really cool thing that the miss might be able to help us solve our problem. Wow, yeah. What the hell was the link? How the hell do I find that link? Oh, I can't even remember what it was called, really. And so it's nice to actually say, yeah, okay, it was something to do with service-orientated architecture. Go to the tag, bang, and it's going to be all there in that category, and so you'll be able to just sift through, a smaller bunch of articles to find out what you want. I think it's just a little bit more end-to-end thinking that's actually needed, instead of this kind of smorgasbord of ideas. It just seems to be a bit like spaghetti landing on a plane, really, and it isn't really organised or categorised. Even just the smallest bit of it might actually help. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a road or anything like that, just forcing you to go in a particular direction, but just something simple like tagging things more and just putting that information more together. I don't really know, but I'm not sure if moderation is the answer.
No, not at all.
Moderation.
You're really against moderation on Channel 9.
I really am. I've been involved in too many groups, non-IT groups, where as soon as you get more than 4 or 5 people together, politics comes in, and jealousy and envy and resentment. Introduce moderation. It's like wearing I'm head prefect badge, you know?
Agreed.
People start wanting the badge, not wanting to give anything, they just want the badge.
But Ian, you are our daddy. You are the leader. I salute you, young Ian.
I don't have enough of a bedside manner to be a good moderator.
Oh, baby.
You know what I mean?
You're
Well,
not strokably soft enough.
I just think that moderation only makes the problem worse. It's a problem you're not going to solve. You're always going to have trolls, you're always going to have people in conflict. But introduce moderators and people get upset and...
Well, I think what you're saying is, if you introduce moderators, you're instantly creating a class system.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about the coffee house is that people are actually equal. If you've come in here, you've only been in there like a day, and you ask a serious question, job done, you're a member of the clan. It doesn't matter.
Up to a point, if you post a question on the wrong day, you're immediately accused of being a troll. I mean, there have been a few first-time posts where the question has been a little naive, perhaps, and, you know, some poor chap's asked a question and there are 4 replies saying you're a troll, get out of here, which is not very welcoming. And it just happens that that question's been asked when a troll has been asking similar sorts of...
I must admit, I've never... Well, it's not quite true. The first time I was ever accused of being a troll was last night. But, you know, but that's no big deal, water off a duck's back. Because I think what I always try and do is try and post a little bit of quality. Think about what I'm going to say, think about what I'm giving, you know, just trying to get the information out there. I don't really give a damn if it's just a few days old. It's the first time I've heard it. I just want to get that stuff out because someone else might be.
And as soon as you post that, you have, you know, the geek there who spotted it the minute it was posted, saying that's so old. I found that out through. You know, you're always going to have that conflict. You get it in any group of people. It can be a church group, it can be a magic group, it can be a Tolkien group.
Or a magic group then?
Any.
Please tell.
It's the nature of politics and people that as soon as more than 3 or 4 people get involved, there's that kind of competitive.
why?
Because we're human. I don't know.
I think there is a kind of element of wanting to be, you know, like top dog, that kind of stuff, and I think that's why other people kind of like going to forums where, look, I've posted 400 times, so I'm a 5-star entry.
No, you're not though. Look, I don't care if Webo posts 8,000 times. He's no more important than the person who posts one post, and you call him a troll.
What happened when that was put up? You immediately had a spat over, well, I don't, you know, basically what you said, but verbalised almost as an attack on Webo. I mean, I'm like you, I don't care how many times someone posts, it's the quality of the post that matters. But
The list doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
I made a mistake by posting those numbers, but the fact of the matter is, who cares?
Yeah,
I can tell you that I don't care, and nobody that I know around me cares. So
and it
post
makes,
away, man.
I mean, it makes no difference. But you know, I think that you are always going to sit there and think, just how many things have I posted? And yeah, it's always interesting.
Well, you know what we'll do?
That.
We'll enable something in your profile to find that out.
When you go to a forum, I'm on some DVD forums. When you have someone there with 15,000 posts listed, you tend to take what they say. You know, you think they've been round here a lot longer. I've just discovered this place. You're going to take what they say with a bit more credibility than someone who's on post number 1. If you post something and someone who's only got 1 post to their history says you're a jerk, I'm not going to take that as seriously as the guy who has 16,000 posts listed saying you're a jerk.
Wait a minute. What about if when you actually post, you immediately have some kind of method to say a category to stick it in? So I'm posting about this, architecture, about .NET, or about junk crap, comment, whatever.
And then you'll end up with 30 threads asking about what the tagging system should be, what the categories should be, whether this product falls into that one or that one. We're not like that. I mean, the coffee house lives up to its name, I think.
Yeah.
It's freeform and just like the conversation,
So why should there be moderation then?
there shouldn't.
And why do people always bitch at me about not moderating? I mean, what's going on
What's
here?
interesting is you've asked that question at the start of this conversation, and all that's come out are positive points, things that people are enjoying about the freedom that they have in Channel 9 at the moment. And maybe if you had that same conversation with other people, they wouldn't give you a solution.
Yeah.
It's very easy for people to give you a problem. I don't like this, I don't like that, but
What's happened in
seems
the
to me
past is over the weekend on a couple of occasions, some idiots come in and posted on every thread and posted 20 new threads. And people, you get back from a hard day at the office or whatever, you think, I'll go and see what's happening in the coffee house. And when all you've got is page after page of abuse and kindergarten spats, you just think someone should be... No, you're right.
very little.
No one really knows.
Well, the thing to do is completely ignore it, but people don't, and they say, go away, but not quite so politely. And then someone else says, yes, I agree, and of course the troll then says, no, I'm not going to, and it just goes on and on.
It's just etiquette rules. Like most things in life have certain etiquette rules, don't they? So if the site's etiquette rules are, if you disagree with somebody, if you don't think they should be here, don't communicate with them.
That's
Just
exactly
get
the
on.
case.
Easier said than done.
See? Women are smarter than us. End of story.
Easier said than done.
Well, no, I mean,
there are some
a
people.
fantastic point. She's right, though, in the sense that
Of course she's.
no one's forcing you to read a post you don't want to read.
But how many threads have you seen where someone said, do not feed the troll, please do not comment? And everyone still comment. You can't.
Because you know what it is, everybody likes confrontation, they like to have an argument which they like, and they think they're going to win. If they think they can win it and upset somebody else and take control and be the most powerful person,
And we all have.
especially with technology.
Especially the boys.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the most powerful person because I'm already goddamn sexy.
Because some people just don't feel as
He's
good
only on half a
as
beer.
you do, honey.
Different people have different buttons, and you just have to learn. With Eagle, you have to learn not to mention that you're British.
Eagle,
with another,
relax,
with beer, you have to learn to avoid any discussion of
You think I should unban beer?
no.
No.
Beer is already unbanned. His name's Darth Vista. He's come up with, beer is Darth Vista. It's pretty obvious, and I kind of think that he's kind of got an agenda where he wants to go, and I just really don't listen to him. I don't really like the politics of the games or whatever.
I don't think he's Darth Vista.
I don't think he's Darth Vista. My problem with beer is
Why does he always reference beer?
was that suddenly we were in a Linux forum for 3 weeks and he was posting every thread, every alternate reply was his. That's fair enough, and he had some good, interesting points to make. But then when it started getting into lawsuits and crazy world, he's clearly he's got some mental issues, let's put it that way. And when it all got very silly, and that was the point at which I said, yeah, actually you do need to ban him because it's getting out of control now.
It's like Igor, I just want to go back to the tech. I don't want to be insulted because I belong to a group or my nation that I actually live in. To be honest.
So just ignore his comments about Brits.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's all the time.
So just ignore it.
It's like water dripping on your skull. Chinese water torture. Shut up, Eagle. Let's just talk about tech.
That's the point. We all have different buttons.
You're interested in what he has to say as a techie.
Yes.
It's just that he annoys you with his other stuff.
Does Eagle ever talk about technical stuff?
He's very good on reporting on conventions and conferences. If you look at his blog,
to all of them.
he goes to all of them, and I found information on his site I haven't found in other places that I found really interesting.
Why do you think he comes to the coffee house and acts the way he does?
Oh, there's a lot of name dropping and what have you, but hey, we all do that. I met Robert Scoble once.
Big deal. That's good. Good for you. So did I.
So did you do what?
I met Robert Scoble once.
Oh, I met him. Yeah, I've met Robert, and I was sitting there thinking, wow, I'm here with him, and there's 200 people here. Does he really know who I am? Never mind.
What was this?
He came to London a couple of times to do London Geek Dinners. They're actually organised by Hugh of Gaping Void, and so you know that was kind of cool to actually meet Robert and meet loads of other people. But I was kind of thinking that it'd be really nice if we had more of a Channel 9 centric type of thing. Are we gonna?
Sure.
No, we're going to meet Barry at 8 o'clock at Charing Cross, mate.
Why do we have to go all the way over to Charing Cross?
Because he says he wants to.
Come on, Blowdart. Why do we have to go find Blowdart? He should blow over here.
Because he says from there he's walking distance into Soho, and
It's a very busy area.
but he's what's over this side of the city, bugger all.
Meet him in Covent Garden. Charing Cross is a bit.
It's literally it's just literally just over the Hungerford Bridge, so it's not a big deal. So we're just going to do that. We won't need to take the tube.
Oh, I see. It's literally over.
It's literally over the
I
bridge.
don't mind, but I spent last Sunday walking round and round that area with some American friends,
We should get on the tube.
trying to find somewhere that wasn't busy.
Go to Covent Garden and meet him there, because otherwise we've got to walk for 15-20 minutes to get to wherever he is,
Yeah.
and then walk to Leicester Square or Covent Garden, which is another 10 minutes.
Do you want me to get another set of drinks, or should we be heading off to meet him?
We're in England. We always get another set of drinks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? So, shall I just?
I do think if we want to show Charles something in London, that's a better area to go, but it will be busy. And the number of times we've had visitors over and we spend all our time walking and walking, trying to find the right place, instead of just sitting down.
Yeah, we'll stay here, go into Covent Garden, go to the Punch and Judy, have a drink there, famous English pub.
Blah blah blah.
That's good to me.
Right, shall I phone up Mr. Dorrance?
Takes blame, I'm the woman, can't walk, bad feet. Blisters.
Say it was Irascian. I might as well live up to my name. Irascian's refusing to move.
Here, hold on. Say something.
Something.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, I have less hair than Robert Scoble. Not by much though, but I am thinner by a lot.
So who the hell are you?
I'm Blowdart.
Blowdart.
I'm Mrs. Eagle. Yeah. Well, we're on the subject. No, we'll not have that discussion on camera. That would be horrible. Yes, I'm obviously one of the horrible upstarting Northern Irish people that threw Eagle out of Ireland and kicked his backside all over the place. So I do as little as possible, as these two will bear. I stand up at conferences, I talk about whatever takes my fancy. Work lets me do that and pays me, and it's great.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Got rid of Dave, you'd have more time in the bathroom in the morning, because we all know how long it takes him.
I don't take a long time in the bar.
It takes longer than I do.
Keep the camera on him. This man is an ex-underwear model.
Yes, I used to do that. Thank you.
I've seen the
Underwear
footage.
modeling.
Yes.
And apparently he has the photographs.
I'm not going to show you.
I've seen them.
Can you get them?
No, they're private.
They're
No, not those
special.
photographs. The legitimate catalogue modelling, not the leather and whips and chains modelling. With you being in the leather and Dave being underneath your heel, obviously. You cannot put this up on a Microsoft streaming server. You get fired.
Why?
Because we're starting to talk about bondage already, and I've had one sip of a drink. It's going to get worse.
We're talking to Channel 9. It's going to go on.
Oh dear God.
Barry, do you actually have a bondage obsession?
No. But you know I have a thing for redheads, and then you bring your wife along. So, do you have a sister?
I always actually thought you had a thing for Sarah.
No, we're not even going to go down that route, and we all know it's not true. Especially as she's not here to defend herself with her little lab.
Yeah.
If anything, you're the one that follows her around.
No, she follows me around.
You are so going to get slapped.
I know.
Is this all this is going to be tonight? Because I filled in the forms to finalise my divorce today, so I'm feeling a little bit tender about shit like that, so can it stop?
Barry, should we give you a hug?
Well, that's different.
That's true.
You know, raise that particular subject. We can get back onto the ones if you like. Tell me how you feel about bondage.
Is that the code word for a new Microsoft product that I haven't heard about?
Could you imagine
Yes. Code name bondage.
So what's that next then? The next thing that checks whether your software is legitimate or not?
Sorry, they've renamed it, haven't they? It's Windows Genuine Advantage, they've called it on the commercial.
Windows bondage is what we're gonna. That's the official name.
That was the code name.
You heard it first here. No, that's the official name. Windows Genuine Advantage is going to be changed to Windows Bondage.
That'll be part of the whole Vista rebranding then.
Yeah.
So what is
Shields, whips, chains.
Is that what happens to you if you actually haven't got a genuine edition? You know, some little troll comes around with a whip and gives you a good hiding. Eagle, we got a new job for you, mate.
You know, there could be an advantage to that.
All right.
It would shut Paul Thoreau up. Come on, it'd be perfect. He's like, oh no, I have a legitimate license key. Oh, oops, no, I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm making a great big deal out of nothing again.
That's the thing about the Windows Genuine Advantage. Why do you have to just keep doing it?
Yeah, do it once.
You do it once and you just would like to have it remember that you've done it instead of having to do it every goddamn time you download. It's annoying. What is it? Basically what it is that if you want to download something of significance from the Microsoft site, it has to check
Like a screensaver.
you've got like a screensaver. It has to check that you've got a genuine version of Windows, which is a bit of a laborious process. Sometimes
If it's done it once, you should know that you...
sometimes it doesn't work.
How are you going to remember? Because if you drop a cookie, you can copy the cookie from machine to machine. Although, of course, that's a kind of pathetic excuse because you can still download on a legitimate machine and share it download.
You're sounding a bit technical there. You're not
Oh,
technical.
yeah, okay, sorry. And the cookie things are little bits of biscuit that is...
But the mice eat.
But I think that the thing is, it's kind of a bit tedious. I mean, you sit there and think, okay, yes, I have bought my version of Windows. I have got it legitimately. Can you just like?
How do you think it will be able to remember you?
I don't really give it monkeys how it technically solves that problem. I just want it to remember
Sign
me.
in by the passport.
You know.
There you go. Attach it to someone's passport account that you have a legitimate copy of
Look,
XP.
I've activated my.
Because an awful lot of the time you're on Microsoft.com, you're authenticated via passport anyway. So you've got one legitimate copy. You know that you can do the download on a legitimate machine and then copy it to illegitimate machines. So what's the problem?
I just ask, if they have to ask this question, why is it possible to put the software on other machines? Might be a bit of a naive and taken question, but
Well, actually,
do you not have to sign up to say that this is going on to this PC and it's...
No. Not the things you download from Microsoft.com. If I, for example, downloaded... I'm trying to think of what's protected.
I've got my own new PC in my house. I've got
That dev's set up for you
XP.
because you're a girlfriend.
Yeah, they've done it in PC well, put it on the computer for me. As far as I'm concerned, that's my software. So you're saying I can quite easily take that and put it on
No,
another machine?
I'm saying the things that you download extra from Microsoft.com, you could then burn the installer onto a CD and install it on your mum's machine, or your dad's machine, or your friend's machine. Yeah. So you can do that quite happily. So
Why don't there's certain things on a PC that make a PC unique, right? Okay, we get that.
Yep.
So there's the activation code, maybe even the IP address, maybe the MAC address, I don't know, whatever. You can gather all this kind of information. So why doesn't Microsoft say, check that information. Okay, yeah, I remember this guy when he activated, so he's cool. So yeah, you can download the software.
Getting all uptight about what it is Windows genuine advantage is sending back already.
There you go.
I don't want them sending back my IP address. The bastards are tracking my every move.
Well, hold on, you get your IP address anyway.
I don't give a monkeys. I don't want
don't, but a lot of
they ask
people
you
do.
every time, because Big Brother is not watching.
But the thing is, I don't give a monkeys. I just don't want to have this question tediously asked of me 3 times a day.
You cannot say that Big Brother isn't. Well, unless you're a heavy downloader,
How
but
much
you
stuff are you
can't.
downloading?
Well, actually,
You can't say that Big Brother isn't watching you when you have that little background checker that was installed as a certain security update. Because that's checking every day and it's communicating back with the excuse of, oh, well, what happened if it went wrong? We're still being watched. The whole Big Brother is not watching you in privacy concerns is bogus, because you're still sending back every now and again, checking against whatever server you have there to check for leaked keys, and then it'll put up that background saying you're a naughty person, spank, and we're back to bondage again.
No, I sit in my back garden with my laptop, wireless LAN, on someone else's unsecured network connection, linking into work. Don't tell everyone.
oh, you just tell the world
Well,
to her.
the thing is that nobody actually understands about security. Unless you're a techie, unless you've been told to install, Norton, whatever, you don't understand about security. You don't understand about Big Brother. You don't realise that all these marketing companies are putting information on your machine and recording every click that you're doing. So why would you understand? Why would you think that Big Brother is watching you every time you're downloading information related to your,
But it's not.
Microsoft product that you've got?
It's not, for want of a better phrase, normal people that are complaining about privacy. It is just the people that understand what's going on. It is technical people that do the complaining.
Is it not complaining about having to, why is there not a better solution? As a techie, there might be a better solution.
You're never going to satisfy us. Period. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I knew you were going to. You cannot, you will never ever make every single technical person happy.
Of course
So
not.
the best compromise that Microsoft can make is to
Ask you every time.
to enter information
Remember.
every time. Is that right?
It's debatable.
Well, the thing is, all I'd like to do is, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Why can't things be slicker? Why can't things be easier? Why am I having to answer this question every time that I do it? Is there some way that you can remember me? You've got things that you can remember me. I don't give a monkeys
Maybe
about
people
you.
could be
remembering
invited
me.
to give that information over, and the people that give that information over wouldn't have to be asked every time.
It's nowhere near as annoying as bloody Vista every time you try and do anything.
No, you see, now hold on, I have a problem with Vista, and Vista's not annoying enough. Vista with its little diagram, alright, when you say, I want to install something, it asks you for a password. That's absolutely fine, but when it pops up with that dialogue saying, oh, this program's about to do something naughty, are you sure you want to let it? Accept, don't accept. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you just
People always click accept.
Of course.
Whereas you look at the way that the Mac does it. Stop it. Or the way that the way that certain Unix software does it. They prompt for the password every time, and and forcing the user to type something in makes them, in my mind, realise that something dangerous is going on.
But the problem with that is that people want to get away from using their password all the time. Then that's why my company's investing so much money in single sign-on, is they sign on once and they don't want to see their password again, or they've got a whole raft of passwords and they don't want to remember their password to get into System A, System
See,
B,
that's
System...
fine if you're not SOX compliant like we are.
Oh, right, okay. That's...
Speaking of which, actually, I ended up
And if the UK
reviewing
government
some
introduced
code
something similar, then you have
for a
to move
certain
away from
gas
that again.
quite fun. But it's not. The problem with Vista is just click and accept. Is it doesn't enforce in people's heads how dangerous accepting that dialogue is. I think you should have the accept button moving around the screen, and so you have to chase it really, really quickly. Because then you'll know it's important. You're not supposed to do it. Bill, I'm copywriting that.
Cool.
Actually, I thought of this really cool thing the other day, and I thought, I'm going to patent this, but if I say on Channel 9 now, I suppose that every bugger's going to think of it.
That'd be patented then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. This is my original idea. Just imagine if you're signed in to a website,
You
right?
realise you can't patent ideas in the UK.
Better get it out quick, man.
Yeah, okay. Well, just
Tape's
imagine
running out.
you're actually logged
First
into a
tip
website,
implement.
like you're logged into my website, for my electricity company, blah blah blah, and you actually go and click on your exit, conditions because you want to know how to leave, and then your phone rings. You pick up the phone, and it's my company going, "Oh, Ian, you're interested in actually leaving us? I noticed. Would you like to have a special deal to stay?" I like that idea.
Or one
Good
of your
idea.
other sites that you own that they know is not they don't think it's Scottish Southern Electricity rings you up and says, "Hi, we're Welsh Electric. Would you like to do business with us?"
Yes.
I hate you.